2021. Okay, this is called as Drone Rules 2021. This is the main basic document which talks about the rules what we have seen so far in the presentation. This document is like a law document, kind of a law document which you will find it sometimes very difficult to understand. Okay, half of it is in English and half of it is in Hindi. Okay, so it starts with Hindi and then 20 here onwards. Okay, so if you see here on page number 24, Ministry, who has given this document? Ministry of Civil Aviation on 25th August 2021. The name of this document is Drone Rules 2021. Okay. So whereas the draft of the Drone Rules 2021, which central government proceed to make in supersession of unmanned aircraft system rules 2021 was published as required under Section 14 of Aircraft Act 1934 with notification of Government of India, Ministry of Civil Aviation under GSR 489E dated 15th of July 2021 in Gazette of India Extraordinary Part 2 Subsection 3 Subsection I dated 15 July 2021 inviting objections and suggestions from all persons likely to be affected thereby before the specified period. That means, as I said earlier, this document, there was a draft document which was given to the people who were part of the discussions and suggestions and all. Okay, so they have given it to all those bodies who were part of that session and asked them to provide any objection or any suggestion required. Okay, so from 15th of July till 15th of August, 1 month period was given for people to come back with the suggestions or any changes required. Post that, on 25th of August 2021, after all the suggestion in or whatever the changes were required were implemented, and finally this document was released on 25th of August 2021. This document is called as, these rules may be called as Drone Rules 2021 shall come into the force on the date of their publication in the official gazette. So in official gazette it has come on 25th of August 2021. Now application. We have seen the rule for aircraft rule 1937 where it says all person owning, possessing and engaged in leasing, operating, transferring or maintaining an aircraft system in India. उसकी जगह पे क्या आ गया? Unmanned aircraft system in India. Okay, all unmanned aircraft systems that are registered. It was earlier aircraft system that was registered in India. So now here instead of only aircraft, it is called as unmanned aircraft. Okay, so this is related to the drones. All unmanned aircraft systems that are being operated from time being in and over India. Okay, so these are application on whose these rules will be applied. The person who is flying the drones which are registered, and time being the drones which are flowing over Indian airspace. Okay, so then there are the section number 3. So see here part number 1. Part number 1 is preliminary. So like that there are 12 parts of this drone rules. Okay, and these are rules, number of rules. Okay, rule number 1 says about the title of the rule. Okay, the title of the rule is Drone Rules 2021. These rules are applied to whom? The application of these rules. These are the three criteria what has been defined. Then the provision. See rule number 2, subsection 2. The provision of Aircraft Act, Aircraft Rules 1937 shall not apply to unmanned aircraft system except in case of unmanned aircraft system with maximum all of weight more than 500 kilograms. That means aircraft rule will not be applied up to the unmanned aircraft system which is having less weight than 500 kilograms. The moment it crosses 500 kilograms, the aircraft rules 1937 will also apply to it. Okay, so your drone rules, as per the drone rules, whatever the weight criteria we have decided, they will only follow drone rules 2021. Okay, the moment your drone, even though it is a drone, unmanned system, its weight is more than 500 kg. Okay, so your large category they have defined only more than 150 kg, but 150 kg से कहाँ तक? So this is the line will tell you. Okay, if it is up to 500 kg, it will be categorized as large. The moment it carries more than 500 kg, it will not only follow drone rules 2021, but even aircraft rule 1937 also will apply on it. Okay, these rules shall not apply to the unmanned aircraft system belong to or used by the naval, military, or air force of the Union of India. That means these rules are not applicable to Army, Navy, and Air Force. Okay, so this is how you need to read. Okay, then you have 29 definitions. Okay, so when I say act means Aircraft Act 1934. When I say rules means aircraft rules. We talk about 1937. When we say drone rules, we are talking about drone rules 2021. Okay, what is accident means? Accident means any accident associated with operation of unmanned aircraft system in which person is fatally or seriously injured, or where the unmanned aircraft system sustains significant damage or goes missing or is completely inaccessible. That is what we call it as accident. And then what is you mean by aeroplane? Aeroplane means any power driven heavier than aircraft machine deriving support for its lift in flight chiefly from aerodynamic reaction on surfaces which remain fixed under given condition of flight. So this is the definition of aeroplane. So it can be a manned aeroplane or it can be a unmanned aeroplane. This definition is applicable for both type of aeroplanes. Okay. Then you can see authorized testing entity, contracting state. As I said, it means any country. Okay, digital sky platform. I talked about you the website. Director General means DGCA. Okay, drone means unmanned aircraft system. Okay, drone acknowledgement. This is no longer valid, but now it has been replaced by IL. Okay, then geofencing means restricting the movement of unmanned aircraft system within a defined airspace. Green zone, yellow zone, red zone. All these definitions have been given here. Then hybrid manned aircraft. What do you mean by hybrid? Now, hybrid means again it is heavier than aircraft capable of vertical takeoff and landing. That is VTOL. Model aircraft. See a model aircraft. I told you model aircraft system means remotely piloted aircraft system with all of weight not exceeding 25 kilograms. That means less than 25 grams is model remotely piloted aircraft. Used for education, research, design, testing, or recreational purpose only, and operated within visual line of sight. That is VLOS. Okay, then who is operator, who is person, what is prototype? Now, prototype unmanned aircraft system means unmanned aircraft system developed for purpose of research and development or obtaining a type certificate. So when we call this drone is a prototype drone, means what? Before going for a type certification, that drone is called as prototype because you are going for certification of that drone. So that is a prototype. Once it has been certified, it will be called as type certified. Now, who can do type certification? Quality Council of India is an autonomous body set up by Government of India jointly with Indian industry in public-private partnership to establish and operate national accreditation structure and promote quality for national accreditation for structure and promote quality. So, हमारा cars, any industrial things what we get, car है, pressure cooker हो, या anything wherever we get that ISI mark, na ISI mark, that is through Quality Council of India. Okay. What is remote pilot? Means individually charged for the operator with duty essential to operation of unmanned aircraft system. Unmanned aircraft who manipulates the flight control as appropriate during the flight time. That means what is the role of the remote pilot? Remote pilot license means license issued by the Director General to any individual under Rule 34. Remote pilot station means your GCS. Okay. Remote pilot aircraft means unmanned aircraft that is piloted from remote pilot station. Okay. Rotorcraft. Rotorcraft means heavier than air aircraft supported in flight by reaction of air on one or more power driven on substantial vertical axis. Okay, so vertical axis, your rotors are moving and they create a reaction and which the rotorcraft lifts, okay, or supports the flight in a reaction of the air. So we'll see this more in detail how rotorcraft works during our rotorcraft module. Unique identification number, unmanned aircraft system, unmanned aircraft traffic system means system that provides traffic management for safe and expeditious flow. So this system is supposed to be your digital sky platform. Okay, in future this will be evolved much more, and then you will able to track your drone flights, as well as government will also be able to track the flights. Even similarly, there are a lot of OEMs who are working on making their own unmanned traffic system also. There are private companies also which are working to set up the unmanned aircraft traffic system in India. Okay, so part 2 is classification of unmanned aircraft system. We have seen categorization, aeroplane, rotorcraft, and hybrid unmanned aircraft system. Subcategories: remotely piloted aircraft system, model remotely autonomous unmanned aircraft systems. Classification based on maximum all of weight, including payload. So your maximum all of weight is nothing but it's including payload. So your nano unmanned aircraft system weighing less than or equal to 250 grams. Micro is weighing more than 250 grams but less than equal to 2 kilograms. Okay. Small, weighing more than 2 kilograms but less than 25 kilograms. Medium is weighing more than 25 kilograms but less than equal to 150 kilograms. Large is weighing more than 150 kilograms. Here they have not defined the outer limit. Okay, but outer limit is 500 kg. So large unmanned aircraft system is up to 500 kg. More than 500 kg, it will not no longer just follow drone rules, but it will also follow aircraft rules 1937. Okay, then we talk about certification of unmanned aircraft, that is the type certification. Okay, part 3 is about type certification. Part 4 is registration, that is you are getting the UIN number. Okay, then rule number 17 transfer, rule number 18 deregistration. So these are all what I have showed you in the presentation. Part 4 is very important with respect to the remote pilot, because this is where we are talking about operations of unmanned aircraft system, where you are actually going to fly your drones. So rule number 19 is nothing but airspace map. Rule number 20 is about interactive map of maps, so which can be modified or which can be changed. Okay, so there is some APIs will be also available where you can create your own map and you can get data and vice versa. So the government is going to allow application programming interface, that is APIs, which you can interact and you can create your own maps also. Okay, similarly, like how we have Google Earth, you can communicate with the Google Earth also, and you can take the maps from Google Earth also on your websites or on your platform also. Mandatory pre-flight verification. This rule is very, very important with respect to the pilot. Rule number 21, rule number 21. Okay, what we call, before commencing an unmanned aircraft system operation, a remote pilot shall mandatorily verify digital sky platform for any notification or restriction applicable to unmanned aircraft system operation in intended area of operation. Okay. Then requirement of prior permission. It clearly says that yellow zone and red zone require prior permissions, whereas green zone doesn't require permission. Provision to rule number 21. That means you need to see whether there is any restrictions or zonal restrictions are there. Dynamic nature of zoning, we told that central government can any given point in time can make the changes into the zones. Temporary road zone, again that can be done by the law enforcement agency or by superintendent police, not more than or exceeding 96 hours of time. Okay, temporary red zones have been declared by officer not below rank of SP, superintendent of police. And also they will take their effort to inform the people, but it doesn't mean that remote pilot will ignore. Okay, he has to by default verify any given point in time the zonal restrictions on the digital sky platform. Access to the digital sky platform is given to all the nodal officers, state government, union territory administrative government. Safe operation. Rule number 26 is again important from the pilot perspective. No person shall operate unmanned aircraft system in manner either directly or indirectly as to endanger the safety and security of any person or property. Okay, so this rule is very important. Under this rule, you cannot override or do anything like that. Okay, ये rule के अंदर आप you can be held defaulter. Okay, then 27 is prohibition of carriage of arms, ammunition, exclusive of military stores. Okay, so you are not authorized to do all the thing. Again, carriage of dangerous goods. Okay, you can refer aircraft carriage of dangerous goods rules 2003. Then right of way. This is again this is also important with respect to the pilot. No person operating unmanned shall violate the right of way of a manned aircraft. So manned aircraft is always given the first priority and shall remain clear of all manned aircraft. That means when you are flying a drone, you have to make sure that you are not creating any hindrance or disturbance to the manned aircraft. You should always be away from them or clear from the manned aircraft. You should not put manned aircraft into trouble or issue. Again, mandatory reporting, that is not no later than 48 hours. You should report any of your accident. Okay. Remote pilot license. Remote pilot license. Again, this is with respect to the RPTOs. The rules and regulations visa are not less than 18 years, not more than 65 years. Should have passed and should have successfully completed training from the. So once you complete the successfully training from the Bombay Flying Club RPTO, we'll be processing your documents for generating your remote pilot license or remote pilot certificate. Okay. Who is exempted in obtaining the license? If you are operating only nano or micro for non-commercial purposes, then you don't require to have a license. So small toy drones you can fly without license, but again that is only in green zone. Okay, or nano you can only fly up to 50 feet. Okay, RPTO, this is actually just a small paragraph. This is with respect to the RPTO, like Bombay Flying Club or any organization which intends to start their own training organization. What is the rules and regulation? There is a separate document for other guidelines and requirement which needs to be followed along with these rules. Okay, these four rules, five rules. Okay, 41, 42. 42 is basically for with respect to research development testing. Okay, so you can unmanned aircraft system operation for research and development and testing. You don't require it to be a type certificate. You don't require UI number. You do not require permission. You do not require remote pilot license for operating unmanned aircraft system for research development testing purpose. Namely, now for this purpose, you don't require anything of this. Who can do this? Any research or development entity belonging to central government, state government, or union territories, educational institutes, or central government or state government, union territory administration. Any startup recognized by Department of Promotion for Industry or Internal Trade. Any authorized testing entities or any unmanned aircraft system manufacturer. Okay, having goods and that is GST number. Provided the unmanned aircraft system operation take place within green zone. Okay, within the premises of the person where such research development testing is being carried out or within an open area in green zone under such person's control. That means it needs to be any given point in time to be a authorized place only. It cannot fly or you cannot do research development and testing in an open space. Okay, it needs to be under somebody's control. Okay, part 9. Part 9 is about the unmanned traffic management, UTM. Okay, the central government may within 60 days of date of publication rules may be. So they started digital sky platform as a UTM. Okay, unmanned aircraft system, but currently there is a issues going on. They are going to migrate it to the new site. So we do not have that full-fledged UTM now as of available from anywhere. Such policy framework shall conform with the rules shall facilitate automatic permission as required. The framework for developing corridor for safe and seamless transfer of goods by unmanned aircraft within across zones. Roles, powers, and responsibility of state government, union territory, and so basically from this UTM, they were able to control the complete airspace map and give you authorization for safely flying the drones. Primarily, it was basically for safe and seamless transfer of goods. Okay, so delivery, what we are talking about, 10-minute delivery as of now, we are what we are seeing happening, and people are trying to work it out, and all these are basically for this only. Okay, but right now, whatever is happening or testing happening, it is only between point A to point B only. Okay, it is not randomly happening across any region. So if you see recently, like couple of days back, there was a news. They have done some testing in Bangalore for one of the societies. Okay, so from A location to B location. There is only one specific route which is being utilized for testing purpose. It is not open for all the location for delivery. Okay, so they have only targeted or given approval for testing purposes only for specific society or specific particular route only. Okay, part 10 talks about insurance. Insurance is basically following the Motor Vehicle Act 1988. Okay, so mandatorily you need to take a third party insurance. Only nano is been exempted. Okay, so provided nano unmanned aircraft may operate without third party insurance. Okay, you can take the insurance from Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Part 11 is unmanned aircraft promotion. That is, it says that Government of India and any other organization can always develop some mechanism, some kind of things which can promote unmanned aircraft system. That means government is coming up with different schemes, rules and regulations so that they can promote more utilization, adoption of the drones. So they have started with initially PLI scheme for agriculture drones, where they were giving subsidies to the farmers. Then they started with Lakpati Didi. Then they started with Drone Didi kind of program, where they were promoting females also to come forward and use drones, as well as they were giving free trainings to them. So government of India is taking enormous efforts to make sure that they are promoting unmanned aircraft systems. Okay, develop a friendly business-friendly regulatory regime, including automated permissions, establish incubators, okay, other facilities for development unmanned aircraft system technology, involvement of industry experts. So a lot of industry like Mumbai, Bombay IIT is being involved. A lot of IITs are also involved in developing the drones and doing research and development for this. Academic institution in policy areas. Whenever there is, they wanted to like UV laws, they have involved a lot of IITs where they are actually even some industry people are also been involved in drafting the BVLS rules and regulations. Okay, also they are conducting lot of competitive like drone soccer has been introduced last year. Okay, as well as there are some competition like drone on was introduced last year also, where they have asked people to participate in this competition to test the drone in a very high altitude cold environment. Okay, so there are people who have won the competitions also. So government is taking at most all opportunities to promote as much as possible to promote the drone industry. Part 12 is basically a miscellaneous. It's a general rules here. There are like one is about the fees. Rule number 46 is about fees. We talk about issuance of type certificate, issuance and transfer of deregistration, unique IN number, issuance of renewal and remote pilot lesson, and issuance and authorization of renewal of authorization of remote pilot training organization. So for first three are 100 rupees, last is only 1000 rupees. Then rule number 47 direction, 48 is general power to exempt, offense classifications and compounding. This is very important rule with respect to with respect to any issue like you do any wrong, like you flew a drone without permission, no person shall carry out any activity in contravention of these rules. That means if you are not following the rules and you flew the drone without permission in red zone or a yellow zone, will be offense classification and compounding. That means what? The FIR will be lodged against you and you will not be given bail. You will be have to present yourself in the court and you have to justify, okay, all your mistake and all the things. You will given a sufficient time and all the things, and then only you will be either you will be penalized or whatever the penalty or whatever the judge says. Based on that, the penalty will be thrown upon you. Okay, so you will not get bail also. So make sure that you don't fly drone without permissions in red or yellow zone. So always follow green zone. Okay, so penalty we talk about that not exceeding, penalty not exceeding lakh 1 lakh rupees. Okay, power to inspect we scope, obstruction to unauthorized person, cancellation, suspension of any license, certificate, authorization, approval granted to this rule. Saving of certain order. Nothing in these rules shall limit or otherwise affect the power of central government. That means central government has superiority of all the rules. Okay, all the rules what has been mentioned in this document, the final authority or superpower will be always with the central government. Ripping and saving the unmanned aircraft system rule 2021 stand repeal except as respect things done or omitted to be done before such review. That means your drone rules 2021 is now the final drone rules for everything and anything to be under unmanned aircraft operations. Okay. So earlier we talked about car and this and that, so they becomes null and void now. So your unmanned aircraft system is the final rule, and subsequent there would be amendment and all those things, but that will be addition to the drone rules 2021. Okay, these are the forms. Form D1 for application of type certificate, Form D2 for application and registration of unique identification number, Form D3 is for application of transfer or deregistration of unmanned aircraft system. Okay. Then D4 is basically application for remote pilot license to be filled by RPTOs. That means Bombay Flying Club will do this. So we'll be filling all these document details in this form and we'll be sharing it to DGCA for your license or for your certificate requirement. And Form D5 is for application of authorization of remote pilot training organization. Okay. So these are the 5 forms required. So this is all about your drone rules 2021. I will be sharing this document on email to you by end of this class. Any questions so far on this document?
All good.
No, all good.
No, no questions.